podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You know the saying, stay hungry, stay humble. I'm hungry, I'm humble in defeat, and I'm going to remain humble in victory. This is it, right?
Melody Beyonce Productions.
I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
I'm prepared to the best of my capability, and I pray that I get the win. Look at it, like, I love Mike Tyson, how he came into the game on some different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But it takes a crazy man to want to fight, you know what I mean, day in, day out. The hardcore sport, as you said, no silk shoes.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
Good afternoon, because we did a Boxing Bars morning show. What up, ladies and gents? We're back slightly late, but if you were joining us on Boxing Bars 7, Rise of the Bat channel, you would have known why we're late, but we're here, and we're here to discuss some new news. Sky Sports is reporting they had a sit-down interview with Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Matchroom Sports, and also the promoter of Anthony Joshua. And he had some interesting news that we wanted to report to you guys, obviously before today's fights. But don't forget, we'll also be back later on this afternoon or this evening. I'm not sure. We'll get that information for you after the introductions. But Miguel Berchelt should be fighting on Top Rank this weekend, today, Saturday, so we'll more than likely be doing a live fight chat for that. Today, we're here to discuss Hearn and Bob. Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, counting Wilder out, because Eddie Hearn is quoted saying that Joshua and Fury are dotting the T's and crossing the I's on the deal, and that they're going to put things into paper. And I have audio. This isn't Ness changing things. This is what they're saying. So I felt like we needed to report on it. This is what we're discussing. If you're interested, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. All right, let me head on out to all my co-hosts, hailing from everywhere, going out to Corpus.
It's me, Mario.
Yo, I woke up quick at around noon, hopped in the slab to pick up Ness and Doom. What up, fellas? We kicking it. Let's get it.
What up? Doomy.
In Jesus' name.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me. Lynch the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from there. There's no one that can match.
Chip! Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. But you have no control if somebody lies, because, at the same time, all this is happening, man. Look, one thing they don't have control over is who wins. So, and all this stuff is being talked about still. Looks like my man Eddie Hearn is in the garden feeling himself, had a couple of talk back and forth with old Bobby Arum, and wants to, make one big, huge fight so he can have under his belt. Bobby's been having them for a long time. So let's get into what's going on here.
I don't know how huge of a fight it is anymore, man. You got Tyson Fury out here clowning Dillian White, talking about he about to fight in Eddie's garden. I mean, AJ is part of Eddie's team. I don't know. But look, let's get to the audio and hear what the one Edward Hearns had to say.
Yeah, I mean, the bulk is done because that's always the financial element of the deal, but there's stuff out of our control, i.e. the fighters winning their next fights. But Bob Arum is...
That is strange how that just turned on. I was like, for a second, I'm just waiting here, like, frozen. Like, wait, was that Doomy on his side? That started so strange. Let me go again.
Yeah, I mean, the bulk is done because that's always the financial element of the deal. But there's stuff out of our control, i.e. the fighters winning their next fights. But, Bob Arum is strutting like a peacock, knowing that he's now the man in control of Tyson Fury. And, he'll be leading the negotiations. We had a good chat last night. We get on.
And let's just pause it there because what we did hear so far is that the bulk is done. But what we continuously hear is what we keep saying. The reason we call everything fake news is both guys have to win their next fights. And boxing is the one true sport where upsets are real and can happen. And especially when you are talking about, the one person that's standing across from you being Deontay Wilder.
Bomb Squad!
I mean, the dude's known for knockouts. So, again, this is all good in theory, but, I mean, I don't know how much. But look, more audio. Let's just, I'm sorry.
All right, we have our words backwards and forwards, but we both want to make the biggest fight of all time. He's made many of them in the past. I want to make one that goes down in legacy and in history as well. So we're all moving forward now. We talked about the site. We talked about, the other elements of the deal that needs to be done, and we both agreed we need to start moving forward, start papering this,
Start papering this. That is when it became interesting to me, because if you got a contract, not that the contract supersedes the Wilder Fury fight, but if there's a contract, there's a contract. It becomes a little bit more real. Now, obviously, it can still become null and void if Fury loses, but it's a contract. I don't know. Does that make it any more real for anyone? I guess hold your answers for another few seconds. Very few.
Dotting the I's and crossing the T's and get this boxed in for 2021.
Dotting the I's, crossing the T's, get it boxed in for 2021. So obviously, they're no longer thinking that they're going to do this fight this year and it's going to be in some different country paying an astronomical site fee and step-asides. It looks like people are becoming more rational when thinking about the possibility of a Fury AJ happening. And considering it taking place next year, this all sounds realistic to me. This all sounds believable. 2021, no contract. It's time we start putting it on paper. Yeah, all this sounds okay. There's no reason to report fake news. This is just Eddie wanting to get a fight done for his fighter, but more talking than getting things done.
Yeah, listen, some of the interesting quotes, I guess. He said the bulk's done. And from the interview, because I did hear it, it seems like that means the money side of it. But I'm very curious to know what is in the not bulk that's not done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking aside from like site and all that stuff, because obviously that's something they can't determine right now. He said everything's dependent on winning the next fight. And this is where it gets me, because I agree that the narrative of leaving Wilder out is not just dangerous, but it's also nonsensical. You can't pretend like we're going to have a unification when one of the people that could that depends on it, Wilder, if he does win, won't be there to unify. So then you're not talking about titles. So wouldn't it be better if they came out and said that the fight's happening either way at some point in 2021? I think that would be a better narrative as opposed to pretending like the Wilder fight doesn't exist. And then the last thing that I really not struck a nerve, but kind of hit me was he said Bob strutting around like a peacock because he's running things. Yo, that stuck out to me big time because I sensed a little, not jealousy, but I sensed a little aggravation about it. Maybe I sensed a little, I don't know. I'm trying to look for a better word than jealousy, because I don't mean that he's jealous of Bob, but he's envious, I guess is probably the same word, right? Like, I don't want to use a synonym for jealousy, but I can't think of anything else. But what I'm trying to say is that he's there and he realizes what's going on. Bob is strutting. He's not sweating nothing. Bob's not coming out desperate every 5 seconds talking about AJ and Fury, because he don't have to talk about AJ and Fury, because the biggest fight right now in the heavyweight division is Fury and Wilder. Why? Because that's the fight that's actually going to happen. And so those are the things that kind of stuck out to me, Doomy.
I mean, look, man, all this stuff, just to say this one thing, like, all that's been agreed on is a 50-50 split. You know, and that's according to Frank Warren. And I'll just read his quote. It says, the way forward is to get everybody to get together, get everyone around the table and sort it out. And that's how it will be done. Who walks first? What side of the poster? Just toss a coin. Let's make a list. Here's 10 points. Spin a coin, whoever wins. You've got the first one. He's got the second one. Get it on. Stop putting obstacles in the way. There are no obstacles in the way of the fight. But before I read that, I guess I should have read what he said before. Oh, no, that's exactly what he said. So all he really agreed to is a 50-50 split. There's a ton of other stuff that's going to be going on. The gloves, who walks in first, the venue. There's just so much still to go on. And that wild card, Wilder, like, none of this stuff happens. It's beyond me how this negotiation has taken place in the public the way it has, and it's not guaranteed. It's not all your negotiation. It's almost like you're saying 100% you're going to beat Wilder, and that's what it's bothering me, and I don't know why they're doing it like that. I can't understand it.
Yeah, I think that it's like they put themselves in that situation where it's like, what else can they do? And like, look, I think Eddie's a great promoter. I think Eddie knows exactly what he's doing. But it's like every time he gets to talking about this fight, he has to remind himself that Wilder Fury's first. And look, I might be reading too much into it, but the way I heard it was kind of like, well, we got we're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, the bulk of it's done. Some things we can't control yet. They got to win their next fights. It's like, well, you just remembered that AJ and, Fury got fights before they fight each other. So I would rather the narrative be, and this is coming from somebody who wants a unification more than anything, okay? But I would rather you come out and say, no, Fury and Joshua are going to fight no matter what. Win or lose, Fury, they're going to fight. I would rather that be the narrative.
Yeah.
As opposed to it saying, oh, we got a unification fight coming up. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
is that you can't because for Eddie, he's already come out and said, like, Wilder's done. You know what I mean? Like that, like he said that, like it's kind of the same narrative. Like, people feel like, especially from the UK, they feel like he lost the first fight in an outclassing, and then he lost the second fight by knockout. Now, obviously, there's a fraction of people a contingency of people that are going to say, well, in the first one, he won by knockout, and they gave him a long count. And in the second one, he wasn't the same. So that's why we're in a third fight. But the truth is, they're not going to go back. This is the same guy that said Wilder wasn't known. And then when Wilder fights Fury, he says he's done. So it's like, why would he all of a sudden say that, we're waiting for undisputed regardless of the winner. Like, this has become the biggest all British affair. Remember, that's their
Absolutely.
words, not us.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
So-
that's what
so
I'm
to
saying. It's a
them,
big fight no matter what.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know it could be worded the way you're saying it, but they're like, they're trying to make Wilder irrelevant.
Exactly.
And that's actually great for Wilder. Like the title has, Hearn and Bob counting Wilder out. That's actually great that you're being overlooked. Like, I know Fury in certain interviews says things like Wilder's the greatest historical fighter that he's ever faced, or whatever, the most dangerously historical. I don't know what he said.
Let's be frank, though. Let's be frank. Like, this is just from the beginning. This came off to me as a way to push Wilder out. This is how it started out for me. I didn't see it like I saw it as just trying to get Wilder out of the way and make it happen now, trying to make it seem as if the Wilder Tyson Fury match wasn't as important, or people didn't want to see it as much as the AJ Tyson Fury fight. I felt like all of this was just to kind of try to take a date, because of the times we were living in and stuff like that, the travel bans and whatnot. I think that it started out like that, and then it started morphing into something else. Then we had the Daniel Kinahan situation, and then we had more. Then we seen Tyson Fury attitudes change all of a sudden. He went from calling him a big dosser to now praising him. So I'm starting to see a lot of things that are just adaptations of what was initially started to try to just kind of get Wilder out of the way.
Just to touch on that Daniel Kinahan point, Rob had said that when Eddie was saying Bob was strutting like a peacock, he being Rob, believes that he was referencing the fact that Bob is now in control of the negotiations and Kinahan is out.
I did get call. That. No, I did. Call. I did. He's strutting like a peacock. Why would you say that, right? Eddie obviously sees that now, Bob does have full control, and he's the lead on the negotiations. And again, Eddie Hearn's pretty young promoter. He's just he's just come on the scene compared to all these other promoters who've been around for such a long time, including his pops. So he wants to make a big fight happen. Obviously, when you're going up against the Bob father, it's hardcore negotiations. The man's been around for a long time, so he knows how to negotiate a fight. And it's just become something else now. You know what I'm saying? And then they're still talking about it, but then you got Tyson Fury saying, I got to get through Wilder first. And so I don't know if this is some clowning shit Tyson Fury's doing, or he just really believes that he has Tyson has Wilder's number.
Yeah, listen, I think that when you look at it, right? Okay, like I heard it and I interpreted it like, this man's got the keys to the kingdom. He's calling the shots because he's got the number one heavyweight. But if that was Rob's point, he's absolutely right. I didn't see it that way, but now I can understand that. I think somebody in the chat had pointed out that was a shot at Frank Warren to suggest that Frank's no longer a big factor in this, and a shot at him. And it could be, but I think the Daniel Kinahan stuff is much more relevant, is much more probable. Yeah. So ultimately, I think that like Ness said just a bit ago, or actually I think it was you, Doomy. It's like I don't think it's necessarily trying to make Wilder relevant, but that's what's being accomplished. You know what I mean? With leaving him out of the talks. I have people come up to me at the gym, and I have family texting me about Joshua Fury, and then I have to tell them that Wilder Fury still happening, and they're like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So, look, I want Joshua Fury. That's what I want right now. If I could have that in place, I would, because that's the unification. But ultimately, I can't make that call. So we're going to get Wilder. So I would prefer the winner of Wilder Fury to fight Joshua. But that's just not the way that it's set up. That's not the way they went about it. I get it's much easier to just make Fury Joshua than it is to make Fury Wilder winner versus Joshua. But the way they're going about it, they're leaving themselves exposed. If Wilder wins, just imagine what the press is like. Imagine the narrative at that point. He ruins the days of not just Fury and Joshua, but Eddie, Bob. Everybody is spoiled at this point. That said, I fully expect to see Fury Joshua for the unified title.
That would be a true boxing story. I know it sounds bad coming out of my mouth because I'm the Wilder fan, but if Wilder won, that would be one of the greatest moments in history, because we're gonna demand a 4 fight, and then it would turn it into such a back and forth fight. You know what I mean? But it all depends how he wins. You know what I mean?
If Wilder wins, man, they were gonna move on without him, right? They didn't even count on him, man. You win that fight, you go straight into that unification.
Maybe not though.
Yeah, I think they should, but I don't know if they will.
I just don't know. Is AJ Wilder bigger if Wilder beat Fury, I think the fourth fight might be bigger. There might be a big demand. Like, remember Pacquiao got 4 fights with Marquez. Like, there might be
but
a
they
demand.
weren't so close together, though.
Listen,
I don't know if a fourth fight right
you,
away
Mario,
would be.
I can guarantee you, UK fans are gonna say it's 2-1 anyway. It's 2-1. He really beat him. They robbed him. Give him a shot. It's 2-1, bro. They're gonna say it. They're gonna say it. Will he move on straight to the unification because there's more money in the pride in silencing fans that you literally can't shut up anyway? But I feel like they might say that. They might demand that fourth fight.
Listen, though, I'll tell you right now. If we go into 2022, right, the year 2022, and Fury is the champion, that will mean that in some arrangement, he would have theoretically beaten Wilder, he would have theoretically beaten Dillian White, and he would have theoretically beaten AJ. In a row, in that order. Yo, top 10 greatest heavyweight of all time. Easy. Probably somewhere in the top 5 list at some point in history. That would be the most amazing run ever accomplished in the last, I don't know, probably 30, 40 years 30, in the heavyweight division. So, yeah, man, look, there's a lot at stake. But again, it would be different if we were talking about any other division and any other fighter. But we're talking about the heavyweight division, and we're talking about the fighter with perhaps the single greatest punch in the history of boxing. You know, that's what some people are arguing, that Wilder's has the single greatest punch in boxing. So, it's a lot at stake. It's a lot on the line. Mr. CYP with a counterpunch. Mario is a damn liar. Nobody but the UK is bringing up Fury versus AJ. Literally nobody but those camps. Everyone is ready for part 3. Check trending. I don't know what trending he's talking about because
trending
I was
news.
on. I was on Twitter a little bit ago. It wasn't trending there. I don't know. Maybe meant Google, Yahoo, or something.
No, you got to check the trending. There's a category.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it wasn't there. Okay.
No, I wasn't there.
He's gonna send a receipt now. He's gonna send you a screenshot.
Oh, yeah. No, that's great. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. I don't call names.
I can't believe I'm getting bombed in the chat. People literally saying that if Wilder beats Fury, no one wants the fourth fight. I can't believe that.
I don't think it's that nobody wants the fourth fight.
It's how
unification has just gone on so long. That's what everybody would want right away.
It's going to depend on how he finishes him, man. Obviously, if it's a close fight again, it's going to be an ongoing thing back and forth. So they're going to have to make a stand. I mean, I've never seen people fight each other more than 4 times. And the only people I got to remember 4 times is Marquez and Pacquiao. So, going on to a fourth fight.
But Doomy, that's why it's not even my idea. This was one of the callers in one of the Patreon questions that I think he asked one of the trainers, maybe Buddy McGirt or someone else. He basically said, we've never seen a quad, what is it even? I don't even know what it's called. 4 times? We never seen somebody fight somebody 4 times in a heavyweight division. It's never been seen. And that's what I'm saying. Especially at this level. Journeymans, don't go give me receipts of journeymans like CYP. Don't give me no receipts of journeyman. But I'm talking about at this level, what I'm going for. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I guess. Okay. But let's go out to the callers then, man. Final thoughts. Anything you want to add? Any other quotes you guys want to interject before we go to the people? It's the people.
Yeah, I just want to, I guess, final thoughts is, to me, there's no bigger fight than a unification title fight. I don't care about Wilder Fury or Wilder Joshua or Fury Joshua as much as I care about whoever has all the titles fighting each other. Because, again, theoretically, that would mean that whoever has those belts won those fights. You know what I'm saying? And so where does Dillian White fit in all this? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think he could upset the apple card. But I fully expect to see Fury Joshua in 2021. Final thoughts.
All right.
I mean, I was going to try to pull this up just to make sure I'm not, saying the wrong tweet here. But was it Sky Sports or was it Eddie Hearn that sent out the tweet. It says Sky Sports Boxing. So
Well,
Bob Arum needs to shut up. At Dillian White wants more respect from Tyson Fury's promoter, Bob Arum.
Yeah, but that's just because Dillian White wants a shot. You know, that's like, you know, he just wants.
All right.
He wants his mandatory. He was questioned. I watched that interview. What actually happened? The context of that is that the interviewer said, "Hey, did you see the interview with Bob Arum where he was saying that he is going to recommend to the WBC?"
I remember now.
Exactly.
Yes.
That they pushed the mandatory back due to COVID, and he was like, "Bob Arum needs to shut up. Bob Arum needs to shut up."
I remember.
Bob Arum.
Great Dillian White impression.
How is Bob Arum going to say that I don't belong? I don't know, something like that. I remember though. It just came out yesterday, not too long ago. Yesterday. But yeah, let's go out to these sponsors real quick. We're gonna go out to the callers. Before we do that, give us a second to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already done so. Do so. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and help us get to that 115,000. I'm going to go out to these sponsors, then we'll go to the callers. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, the number is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Yeah, let's do it.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Caesar Vegas, talk to me.
Yo, how do I sound?
All right.
Yo, man, I gotta say, I'm loving this. I'm loving this whole negotiation going on with Fury Joshua. And not because I want to see the fight, because it's going to be much, much sweeter getting to say 2-time when Wilder knocks his ass out, man. It's going to be much, much sweeter, rubbing it in their face. Because they anticipate this whole unification, UK unification. Nah, man, it ain't going to happen, man. 2-time all day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yo, I'm gonna have
Yo, Caesar, bro.
Yo, greatness, Harlem. Hey, yo, greatness, man. And everything that happened this morning, too, I forgot to say, I really appreciated your verse, actually. Nobody got to say that. I appreciated your verse because you did the Harlem, true Harlem. These dudes too young to even know what you did. True Harlem double up flow. You doubled up on a lot of words during your verses, just like Harlem rappers do. So I did appreciate that. Looks like you're busy, though. You ain't on mute yet, so we're going to go move on to Trey in the Bay. But if you don't know what the heck Ness was just talking about, I'm talking about Greatness's verse on Boxing Ball 7, Rise of the Back Channel. Go ahead and check that out. That was a podcast we just did, and it looks like he is available. What up, champ?
I ain't even gonna hold you, Ness, man. I missed what y'all was saying, man. To keep it a full stack with you, I was getting ready to spit a freestyle or whatever, so I was thinking of something else, man. But I appreciate the love, man. For sure. Make sure y'all smash that like. Boxing Ball 7 was a classic, man. Straight classic. Like you mentioned, you know, it's definitely one of the best by far, man. We got many more to go. So again, anybody call in and spit a bar, spit 2 bars. Just make sure them bars is like a spar, because we're going to go round for round. Going against greatness, you going down. You know, something like that in that realm. You understand, man? Just pull up, man, and spit that freestyle. Yo, Ness, work on that step back jumper, B. And I think I might get to 200 pounds just to come see you in Border Wars.
Everybody want a shot at the champ, man. Everybody want a shot at the champ. They try and get me old, man. I turned 41.
We ready.
They waiting for me to die over here in the corner. Trey in the Bay.
Ness, they trying to wait till you get old to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I missed most of the show this morning, but is it still the AJ and Fury and leaving out the Wilder bullshit as if the rematch clause don't exist? Is that still what's going on here?
Nah, actually, they're acknowledging the rematch clause. Now they just counting Wilder out. They just basically saying we going straight to the straight into the fight with AJ Fury in 2021. So they're assuming Fury's gonna beat Wilder.
Oh, okay. And if he don't, they just gonna fight Fury anyway.
Nah. They just, like I said, this is about them counting Wilder out, but not only Hearn and AJ, but Bob too, because they're supposed to put pen to paper. You know, they were hammering out the deal and allegedly, and I quote, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and they're gonna put this to paper. Was Eddie's words.
And they asses is lying. Ain't no guarantee you win. Hey, and that's how a lot of people get their ass whooped, overlooking somebody. So keep on doing it. Wilder, put that boy to sleep. And AJ better learn how to move that head, because Wilder gonna put his ass to sleep too.
All right, Trey in the Bay. It looks like Rob is saying that Wilder Fury 3 is not trending. So hopefully CYP can clear that up, what he meant by the trending.
I seen it actually in the search engines. Fury AJ is higher up on the search.
You ain't just do a Google trend, because they got Google Trends.
I put the thing in the,
sent it. Doomy's the one who sent it. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that's Google SEO.
No, that's SEO. You got to do trends. Go to Google Trends. They got something for this. Let me do it. Handle the next call. We're going out to Info Joe.
What up, Joe?
What up, champ?
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Joe, just listening, Joe. Izzy, Oklahoma, what up?
Hey, I just echo what Caesar and Trey from Bay just said. I got nothing new. That's my call.
All right. Going out to New Jersey's own, what up?
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo.
What up?
Only thing I can say about it is, man, like, yo, when you count out, you got to count yourself in. It's just up to Wilder. You know what I mean? Well, that's the only person that can change the outcome of somebody sit down. You know what I mean? They could put it in graffiti marker. Anybody old school, you tagging up, put them in Magnum 44, the little silver marker. You could sign it, whatever you want, sign it in blood, right? But if Wilder changed the narrative by winning, then it is what it is, and that's all we got to worry about. So it's interesting talk, but we got to see what actually happens in the ring. That's my call, fellas. I'm out.
Yo, so far, I could almost say, don't ever lie on CYP, man. I'm almost done. I'm using Google Trends. I got some interesting information, but let me now search.
Tell us what you found.
Now I gotta search Fury versus AJ. Hold on. In the meantime, Majid, Orlando, what up? Oh, I think it's just Florida. Oh shit, my bad. Majid, what up though? Damn, I slipped out with the curse.
Hey, what up, man? What's up? Yeah, everybody needs to like the video. Keep liking the video, man, so more people could see it and get in our debates. But I came in kind of late, so I can't even lie and say that I even know what the topic is. What's the topic, man?
Well, it is AJ and Fury and Eddie talking about the fight being basically done. They just need to dot the I's, cross the T's. And we just chopping that up.
Okay, all right. So I just feel like, I can't pay that no attention because we got the Wilder, versus Fury coming in, and anything could happen in that fight. So, for that reason, I just don't believe what Eddie Hearn be talking about. I heard him about to announce Ngannou versus Dillian White at one time. So I'm not really going for none of that chit chat. We got to keep Wilder in that game, and everybody got to stop sleeping and being disrespectful. And really, that's all I got, man. UK, man, chill with that crap.
All right. So, let's see what CYP meant by trending. CYP is on you, champ.
I got you. What I mean is this. If you type in Google right now, you go Fury versus. Don't put nobody's name. It'll tell the most popular thing will always pop up when you do that. Fury versus who?
So
First thing.
Let me ask you a question. You're not on time limit. Let me just ask so we could get this straight because I want to screen share in the process. You're asking me to go to a URL link, like a search term, right? Like go to like I'm gonna type something that I want to find.
Type Fury versus.
Okay.
If AJ versus Fury is the most talked about, most searched, Fury versus AJ will pop up before you put AJ's name in. But whoever is the most talked about will be who you pop up. I got two different phones. When I type in Fury versus, the first thing I see is Wilder 2, Wilder, and then Wilder 3. You got to go down far before you see AJ. That means this is a new phone. I just got this phone yesterday, and I'm talking on my old phone. I got my girl phone. Do the same thing. The same 3 type in. Now, if AJ versus Fury was the one, AJ would pop up first. Wilder would be after that. Even if it was just recently talked about, that's different than the most.
So I'm doing it while you're talking. For me, when I put Fury versus AJ, the world could see I'm screen sharing it. When I put Fury versus, I don't put, I know, I didn't put AJ. What I'm saying is, when I just put Fury, look, I'm going to back up, I'm going to do it again, but it's live, people see me do it. If I put Fury, and then, I mean, I don't even have to finish typing. The first thing that you see is Fury versus Joshua betting odds, but if I do space Fury, V, it's still Joshua Fury betting odds. Then you see Fury versus Wilder, and then if I do S, everything stays the same. But I do want to help you in your argument by saying that your cookies are yours. Like you're typing in your search engine, so what you type, Google knows your keystrokes and your SEO.
I just got a new phone. I got the Samsung Ultra 5G yesterday. I just got it. I'm on my old phone when I'm talking to y'all. On my new phone, when I have not used, when I type it, it's totally new. I have not used this internet. If you get somebody over there who got a newer phone, get somebody get your son, get somebody who does not do this boxing shit like we do every day. Get their search engine. We're talking about the average person, not us. Get the average person's phone who does not do boxing. Type that in. That's what you will get on my girl's phone to do that, and on my new phone that does that.
I gave you 3 minutes, CYP, but nah, man.
Real quick, just to help him out, I actually went to Chrome. I put Fury versus AJ popped up first. I went to Edge. I put Fury versus, and not only did Wilder pop up, but Wilder 2, Wilder 3, and then AJ popped up.
What's
Edge?
I
think it's just
I put
different.
In Tyson Fury, and I put in
thing that
Tyson
popped up
Fury.
was AJ.
No, Wilder. I put Tyson.
Wilder.
Fury. Tyson Fury. See, right now it's crazy, bro. Let me just tell you something. We'll go conspiracy real quick. They're listening.
No, but
I just typed in Tyson Fury before, and I sent it on the chat. I put Tyson Fury right versus, and then I waited for the search optimization right before Wilder came up. Now AJ came up.
Well, this is the thing. Crazy. This is the thing, guys. Listen, it's called search engine optimization. It's called keystrokes. It's called cookies. That's why you want to buy Jordans, but you said, I'm not going to spend the money, and it follows you on Instagram. It follows you to Facebook. And what I mean by follow you is every time you open up your laptop and you're on a website that you don't have an ad blocker for, you're going to see the Jordans again.
Yep.
That's the way it works. So CYP is right in his own mind because that's his search engine. I know that his argument is I have a brand new phone, so it doesn't have any cookies. I get that. I can't explain that.
See, but at the same time, like I understand trending to be something different than search engine results. You know what I'm saying? So with the search engine results, those are very different. You know what I mean? Like those can change at any point. Like trending means that there is an amount of active people right now.
I can win this argument.
You know what I mean?
I can win this argument, but I'm waiting like Eddie for someone to poke their chest out and be the peacock so I can stomp on their ass. Because
but it's not about.
There's
but it's
tools.
not a debate.
It is a debate. It's always a debate.
It's not a debate because it's either one or the other. Like, which one is it? We can figure this out just by doing
there's
it.
a debate.
You know what I mean?
There's a debate because we argue all the time who's more popular. But there's a tool. There's a tool to end the debate.
Exactly.
But
That's what I was trying to say.
won't do that until someone tests me. You know what I'm saying? I like to
win.
But
that's not indicative of who's popular. I mean, it's who's popular at that moment. Like Wilder could come out and do something, and he'll be the trending result. AJ could come out and do something. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But I have the ability to show at least a 12-month ranking for both parties. I could do that. NO, New Orleans, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Towards the end of the show, I'll screen share it. How you win a debate? Talk to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Whoa. Look, man, check this out, you heard me? Fury, well, if we talking about popularity, Tyson Fury, he never was more popular than Wilder over here in the U.S. Tyson Fury is more popular overseas. You know what I'm saying? Where he from, in the U.K. Now, what they trying to do is, bro, since the Wilder and Fury fight, because of the pandemic, it's gonna take a while for that fight to happen. So what they trying to do, bro, they trying to keep these dudes busy and make a, you know what I'm saying, a history-making fight over there in the UK, because the fight can happen in the UK, right?
You know it.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what they doing. They trying to go ahead, instead of waiting another year for Fury and Wilder, which they're going to have to pay him some step-aside money or something. That's like, what? That's $100 million, $150 million fight. So you got to get Wilder, like, I don't know, and that's what, like 50 million? 30? 25? Like, I don't know.
Nah, champ. They not looking at it like that. They they looking at it like we gonna fight in 2021 because Fury definitely gonna beat Wilder. They trying to say Wilder's done. They trying to count Wilder out. Natural Wiz, holla at us.
It's what it is. Yeah, man, I agree with you, Ness, man. Straight up, they're trying to get into Wilder's head, man. To speak it into existence, right? So to keep talking about this fight, Wilder's going to be, thinking about the fight before he gets into that fight, and then it's going to mess him up. And then, basically secure that win so they can have that big battle in the UK. I just see it for what it is, man. They're just going to keep talking about this till the match comes up. The casuals are going to see this. They're going to be like, wait a minute, who's this guy? I thought he's supposed to be facing AJ, blah, 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 blah. But, the hardcores knows what it is. So, yeah, that's my call.
All right, champ. Looking like the commissioner, Sony, Cincinnati. What up?
Hey, what up, Ness? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with Natural Wiz. I think all this is just smoke and mirrors to get into Wilder's head, trying to take him off his game and whatnot or what have you. As long as Wilder stay focused, he gonna do what he got to do. I'm all confident, bro. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love. Good show.
All right. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's the second time we go live today. You've already missed Boxing Bars number 7, The Rise of the Back channel. Go ahead and check that out right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. You can also catch it with no ads at all if you join us on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. Let me head on out to Steve in Chicago. What up?
Yeah, yeah. Hey guys, I'm here.
Morning.
Morning to you guys. Afternoon. Hey, this is what I gotta say, man. We gotta call this disrespect out because Eddie. I want to ask you this: when Ruiz won, did anyone from PBC talk about Ruiz and Wilder for a unification? Did anybody?
Wilder did, bro. Wilder did. You know that. Wilder definitely was saying, he was telling AJ to step aside and everything. Like, he should let us fight. Yeah, you know. Everybody wants it.
Fighter, being the fighter, okay? But did anybody like Tim Smith, anybody in the media, did anybody else say it?
Nah, amongst us Wilder fans, we wanted the unification. You know what I mean? Like we wanted to do it with
Yeah,
rules.
what I'm saying is, you got Eddie out here beating this drum, man, nonstop. He's been beating this drum, and it's unwarranted, and it's disrespectful.
Absolutely, that's what we're discussing. We're discussing the fact that they're counting.
You know what, man? Hey, man, check this out. Check this out real quick. Good luck with Bob Arum, because Bob Arum was the guy that said, AJ, don't nobody know him in America. So let's see how those negotiations work with Bob Arum, because he said AJ is nobody. I want to see how that works for Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, he also said that Pulev is going to knock out AJ. We're going to Decatur, Georgia. Lids Low, what up?
Hey, what's happening? Shout out to Baldy. I forgot to shout him out last time. Oh, so let me just get this straight. So this is about what, Joshua and Fury negotiations again?
Correct.
So this is what I got to.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say Eddie's saying that they crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and they about to put it to paper now.
Okay, cool. This is what I got to say to that. Deontay Wilder, if you listening, my man, make sure your team tight, bro. Make sure don't no cameras go off this time, bro. I hope you a hunter, bro. I hope you resting that shoulder. I hope you getting your workout. I hope you running. I hope you swimming. Hey, Deontay, let's get it, bro. That's all I got to say about it. Shout out to everybody, man.
Decatur, Georgia, thanks for calling in. Liz Low, we going out to Majid. Talk to us. Counterpunch.
Hey man, I had forgot what I said, but I was smoking, so my brain had just went woof when y'all had called me and shit. But I mean, when y'all called me, but yeah, man, I was trying to say 3 weeks ago, I remember somebody spit a verse, and they said that they ain't want to see the third fight or whatever. One of those co-hosts up there, and I just wanted them to try to fall back from talking about disinterest of fights in general. You know, I believe that even if they was to get a fourth one, we got to have one clear winner, you know, so that's the more honorable thing to do. I do want to see that unification, but if we tied up in a series, I want to get mine and show I'm better. But some of these co-hosts, they know who I'm talking about. They said they ain't want to see it, and I don't think they...
CYP, Counterpunch.
Yo. What y'all could do? I put the receipts in the chat and I sent the DM. I'm looking at it right now. Trends.com, Google. You did a comparison: Fury versus Wilder 3 versus Fury versus AJ. That has never even been close to as high as trending over time as Fury versus Wilder 3. The screenshot is there. I don't even want to debate this shit because I live in America. I'm around boxers and athletes every day. Ain't nobody talking about Fury versus AJ. Everybody talking about Wilder. Asking me questions about Wilder. That's what they talking about. Hey, but if that's what's going on in your town, cool. But I ain't what Google say. I'm out of here. CYP out.
And that's how you win a debate. He used the appropriate tool. That's exactly what I have. So I'll just screen share what he's talking about. The beauty of this tool is you can put all three names. He, on his screen share, on his rather screenshot, he just gave you the comparison of the two, which is Fury. Let me see again what he put here. He put Fury versus Wilder and Fury versus AJ comparison. I did those as well as individually, who's been more popular, whether that's Wilder, Fury, or AJ. And I'm just happy to be a Deontay Wilder fan is all I can say right now.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
I mean, he's historically been more popular. It's crazy.
Make sure you get the Majid.
I did. That was his super chat. He just said he was on the
No, Counterpunch.
Yeah. His super chat is a Counterpunch. He told me to go to him. But yeah, I'm screen sharing my soundboard by accident. Here is the tool that CYP used, and as you can see, Deontay Wilder is gold because he's the king. AJ is red because he's bleeding, and Fury is blue because he's as cold as ice. And, this is only 12 months, though, right? So it's from June when AJ was most popular, June 2019 until current day, and obviously you see the spikes and you see the numbers. Now this is based off of 100 score, right? And here you'll see that as well. Click that and you should be able to see these numbers represent search interests related to the highest point on the chart. All right, so again, this is all over the world too, right? This is everywhere. And this is showing you also where these particular people are the most popular, right? Now, individually, in terms of search terms, see Wilder versus Fury 3, I did that as well. Let me adjust this because before I needed to show you the URL to help CYP. So now that we got that all zoomed in, this is the Wilder Fury search term, and you can see again, it's a 1-year graph. Wilder versus Fury peaked at 100, which is the max. They peaked in March, right? And then they went again to continue to stay within, in the middle of 25s, but they broke the 25 mark and came close to half, which is that they're reporting 40% in June 7th, 2020, which is real.
But
what's up?
But okay, I see where you're going now because I thought you were talking about the other rankings, okay, so I get where you're going now, but it would make sense that Fury Wilder would be more popular over that time. They fought
in
twice.
the United States.
But no,
change the United States option to global.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, you're on the United States as opposed to global.
Look.
Remember, we're 30 seconds behind, so
yeah. In the States, obviously Wilder versus 3 is more popular. I wouldn't argue that, but when we're going global, we got to give the UK fam out there the benefit of the doubt. But as you well know, the numbers have been put forth by Mr. CYP, and numbers don't lie. So in America, it definitely is.
Well, let me see here. Worldwide, this can all be fixed on the fly, Worldwide, the search term Wilder Fury still peaked at 100. And look, it was 100 score in the United Kingdom, 78 in Australia, 51 in Ireland, 46 in South Africa, 42 in America. So, I mean...
Super chat from Osiris MMA. Please use UK for your trend search and share.
We just did. We went global.
I know. I just wanted to give... I know. I know. Because you had just did it.
And me responding. Now look at the difference in Wilder, Fury, AJ. They peaked at 100 in February in Fiji, Namibia, Zambia, Nigeria, and Ghana. That's AJ's popularity. Holy smokies. Nothing for Fury there. Can you believe that?
Wow. Yeah, now that's all.
I mean, here's the thing.
Let's
listen,
do this one worldwide too, because this is the 3 of them separately. And
here's the thing that we got to understand, though. You got to understand because you're saying what you said, and I get it because it makes sense in the heads. Like Fury's the #1 fighter universally in the heavyweight division, but there's no way AJ has lost the title of the popularity contest. Like the man's still more popular globally than anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mario,
I'm not excluding the fights though.
Mario,
you understand, right?
Mario, he isn't more popular, and let me explain.
Okay.
Interest is calculated by people searching you. This is the biggest search engine in the world, okay? Understand what it is that you're looking at on your screen. This is a worldwide search over the past 12 months. We're not debating if AJ was ever popular before. The last year, who was more popular between Tyson,
Deontay Wilder? I see it.
Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Now there was a point where Fury peaked, where AJ peaked them, which is December 1st through the 7th of 2019. So that was when he rematched.
You're right. I see it. You're right.
That's when he rematched Ruiz and won his title back. Okay,
but understand real quick. I just want you to understand the point I was making was on what you said. You seem surprised about Fury not being as popular as Joshua in those parts. So all I was trying to, the only point I was trying to make is, despite the fact that Fury beat Wilder, and despite the fact that he became universally recognized as the heavyweight champion, the number one heavyweight, it still doesn't overshadow the popularity that AJ already had.
But again, AJ's bro, you're making a poor argument. AJ's popularity came from his demographic. It's all from Africa, damn near, bro. Look.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought you had said.
No,
yeah,
I said it.
I thought I heard you throw.
I said Fiji, Nambia, Zambia, Nigeria, and Ghana.
Oh, I didn't hear you say. I thought I heard you say.
And
some
what
other
I said,
there.
and what I said to add to that was, damn, nothing for Fury. I mean, I would have.
Yeah.
I would.
No. It was just a misunderstanding. I thought you were throwing. I thought you threw in other countries in there. So that's why I was like, oh, I was trying to rationalize it. Like,
and for
Wilder,
let's see, Wilder, and just worldwide, Wilder is more popular.
I'm on the YouTube. I can see.
Here's the graph with the three
I can
of
see
them.
the graph.
Look at this, right? Wilder lost this day, February 23rd, 2019. That's when he lost. 29th. That's when he lost. And Fury, who won, only was a 57. Wilder, who lost, he broke the record at 100. AJ that day, right, is a 6. Now, just to finish this and get to CYP's second counterpunch, what CYP is trying to debate, and he's 100% right in my opinion, is that there is a narrative amongst Matchroom and Matchroom, really, because not Frank Warren, not really Bob. Bob is saying if the money's there, if someone's going to pay it, let them pay it. I'm not paying Wilder. I'm not paying Wilder step aside. Fury's saying the same thing. So CYP is stop lying, saying everybody wants to see Undisputed when everyone is searching Wilder versus Fury 3. And he hit you in the head right here. Look. The search terms continue. Now you can do what he did, and we can do another worldwide comparison and do Fury versus Joshua, and let's see how they compare over the 3 months, right? And Fury versus Joshua beats. Damn, CYP, you lost on the comparison, champ. Over the last 12 months, Fury versus Joshua is a greater search term, especially when compared. You watching CYP? Because I know you counterpunch. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
It is way bigger.
It sucks because I'm like 30 seconds behind.
It's way bigger.
It's all good. I mean, look, man.
Worldwide, hold on. Let me just
going over them.
Let me just give them the facts. Worldwide,
Yeah,
United States, where it's gonna hurt us most, is where we're most searching. We, America, you losers! We are the ones typing in Fury Joshua the most. Then Canada, then Australia, then Sweden and Bulgaria. That makes no sense. China hacked this site. CYP, China hacked this site. The Russians did this, man, with the ballots. This is bogus. Why isn't the United Kingdom there asking for this fight? Number one. This don't even make sense. CYP counterpunch. Let me stop screen sharing so y'all stop seeing my sound bites.
Yo, I was at a math class.
Damn, he almost won until that last comparison. Shoot.
Listen, you can't have the right answer when the test starts, the right answer in the middle of the test, and all of a sudden you have the wrong answer. Everything I looked up from the search engine when I put them both in, and when most of the people with clear phones who don't do boxing, my girl included, she don't do this boxing shit. Everybody shit, when they typed in Fury versus, boom, Wilder came up. That's how Google works. Whatever the most popular is will pop up. If it doesn't matter. If you say that's what you typed in after you already typed in what you typed in, after you already typed in what you typed in, none of that matters to me. I'm talking about America.
No, we're in Google Trends though, champ.
But listen,
he's typing in Google Trends. It's not just the search.
My argument was about Mario saying where he's at. Everybody's talking about AJ versus. No, they're not. And I'm not talking about the UK. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know about Nigeria and Ghana. I'm talking about.
I didn't even say that.
I think you did, but it don't matter because it's true though. I mean, America is the number one country searching Wilder. I mean, Fury versus AJ. Look, in comparison,
and real quick,
right here it's red for Fury versus AJ. Right here is Wilder versus 3. So wait a minute. Let me change something here. Let's take off the 3, right? Because not everyone remembers to put 3. Now let's do a comparison. See? Totally different now. Totally different now. Are you looking at the graph?
I can't. I gotta wait.
No
I gotta
problem. No
wait.
problem. No problem. Let it populate.
Yeah.
Well, while we wait, let me just read the actual definition of trending because this is the word of the day
I
right
see it
now.
now.
Okay.
All right. Trending. All right. It's an adjective. Trending. Currently popular or widely discussed online, especially on social media websites. Today's top trending topics. Trend. It's a verb, the verb form of trending. Change or develop in a general direction, such as unemployment has been trending upward. Says, especially of geographical features, bend or turned away in a specific direction. Gerund or present participle. Okay, gets into this English jargon or whatever. But basically, that's what it is. It's trending, currently popular or widely discussed online, especially on
and he used that word, but I don't think that's what he meant. Like he didn't mean trending because the search engine that's not trending. Like that's not where the reflects what is trending and what's not. They gather it from Twitter and all that stuff. The search engine is just Google, like your search engine, whatever you're using, right? Like it's not like Google's using Twitter.
It's Google. It's Google. It says especially on social media websites. So it's like
exactly.
It's a bulk of it comes from there, but it also comes from the search engines and the keystrokes and stuff.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that CYP was making a point, right? And his point was true for what he was saying, but he used the word trending is what threw me off. You know what I mean? And so, but again, that's what I'm saying is like he's making this point about an unfiltered phone with no cookies or data or anything. But what Ness is doing is he's actually on Google Trends and he's actually getting the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
With the data and the regions and everything.
Exactly.
All the search terms, but to help again. I mean, it's a flip flop argument because if you do eliminate the 3, which we gotta be honest, not everyone types the number. If you eliminate the 3, Wilder Fury is by far the bigger. I mean, you see the blue average over time.
And that makes sense. They fought twice. Like it makes sense. We got a super chat from AJ RX. When AJ lost, Wilder came on ESPN and tore AJ in pieces. When Wilder lost, it's like AJ didn't notice. AJ said nothing. Does AJ care to fight Wilder?
And throughout history, look at this interesting tidbit.
And then CYP got another counterpunch.
Throughout history of the last 12 months, look at this interesting tidbit. It's Puerto Rico with the number 1 country, then United States, even though they're considered the same, but then Philippines, Canada, Mexico, searching, those terms. But look at all that, man. Like look at how I mean, just compare 2% to 98 in Canada.
I'll tell you what, the one thing that these numbers prove is that all 3 of these men got to fight each other.
I mean, it does prove that they are popular for sure. What's
Definitely.
funny is I didn't speak it, but I was showing whoever was following the YouTube. Fury AJ wasn't even a thing until Fury is it didn't start this is wrong. Never mind that.
What were you gonna say?
Never mind that. No, because I was doing it on a 12-month, I think, anyway. So it
Got
didn't
you.
matter. CYP counter punch go.
Yeah, this is my last one, but this is for the chat. The reason why nobody respects y'all and why you actually bring the show down is because when Ness said I was right, none of you were man enough, and we all grown men to say, oh, CYP was right. But then he come back 10 minutes later and say CYP was wrong. CYP, you're wrong. Get over it. CYP. That's why nobody deals with y'all, yo. It has been obvious that you guys are kids. Y'all need some milk. Y'all need a bib. You can't be serious or take AJ nuts out your mouth for a second. Man, I'm telling you, you are bringing down the show. You need to grow up. And I'm glad y'all ain't got girlfriends, because if y'all did, CYP would be fucking them. Long dick style.
Champ, help us.
CYP out.
Help us stay up. But, I mean, look, you still added a very good part to the show. Like, this needed to be done. We needed to search it. It's a little depressing to see Fury Joshua be
trending
for so long. but Wilder's still more popular than all of them. At least in the last year, he's
To me, it don't. To me, honestly, like I'll say the numbers are interesting, but it don't matter. The person that wins between Fury and Wilder is gonna be who's trending with AJ after that. You know what I'm saying?
maybe, but that's the thing. Fury won and only broke a 57. Wilder lost and broke 100. So again, AJ lost. Look, we could go to June. Look, my man didn't even he wouldn't even register. I guess it's because it started on June 30th, not June 1st.
Oh hell no! Did I just? We gotta look into this. Did Big Baby test positive again, or is that a troll on the chat?
No way. They're lying, bro.
I gotta check out Mike Coppinger right now. Maybe Mike Coppinger posted on it. That's crazy. Don't tell me that.
I don't know. Oh, I am getting. Somebody did send me. Let me read what I'm getting. Someone did send me a few. Breaking Big Baby Gerald Miller has tested positive. Man, what? What?
Yeah, Mike Coppinger. You want me to read it? Breaking Gerald Big Baby Miller.
No. Absolutely not. We're let's finish this. We'll get to that. That is insane. He's out of control.
Give me a second.
That is everybody though, right? Let me see. Let me double check. Ricky Fresh. Talk to us.
Almost fell off my chair with this one.
Yeah, the whole. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole back and forth about who's popular and who's popular, not popular, is kind of long. Like, obviously, they're trying to push Wilder out of the game because they're talking about numbers and money, and they're trying to see that Wilder Fury free, that's not going to make no money like how Joshua and Fury is going to make money. Like, that's all it is. Like, I get what you man are saying. We want to see the fight. We don't want no step aside money. I want to see the fight, but Eddie and Bob are talking about finances. That's why you don't see nothing from Fox. You ain't hear nothing from PBC trying to push Wilder. You ain't hearing nothing from them, man. Like, they're pushing Wilder to the side, and I understand, but fuck it. Yeah, sorry for swearing, but yeah. We just want to see the fight, and that's what we want. That's my call. That's my call with it.
All right, Ricky. We went to Sony. We went to Steve.
Shout out to Ricky, bro. That's exactly what's going on.
We went to Majid. Trey in the Bay, Boomerang. All right, we're gonna
Trey in the Bay.
What the fuck is Ricky talking about? Ricky, what in the world is you talking about? What? Do you listen to yourself when the words come out your mouth, boy? What the fuck did he just say, man? I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, my God, Trey. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. You going for the trifectas.
You dudes, them dudes is delusional, man. Them UK fans, man. But they kind of irritate me sometimes, man. That's my call.
All right, that was a trifecta. We went to Brandon, right? Or no? Was that on the boxing bars? Brandon, did we go to you? Give me a flash.
Yeah, that was on the boxing bars.
Flashity flash, Brandon. What up? What up?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. You keep skipping me, man. It's all love, though. But damn, this whole JaVale Miller topic got me. I forgot what I was gonna say about the Wilder.
Yo,
damn,
I almost fell off my chair, bro.
Dude is a habitual fuck up, man. As far as Wilder, Fury, AJ, all this stuff, man. Listen, bottom line is Americans is our turn. When AJ lost, we was doing the same thing. We counted AJ out. We was talking. We had shows that when I was debating that AJ would be a bigger fight for Wilder, and Ness was saying, nah, Ruiz would be the bigger fight for Wilder. So we was calling in talking about AJ mental health, all that stuff. So it's just our turn, man. I mean, there's no need to get offended. It ain't really disrespectful, in my opinion. It's our turn to take the ass whooping. UK took the ass whooping when AJ lost, so only person can make this right is Wilder by winning the third fight, like King Amin said. But yeah, Jarrell Miller, man. Wow. Damn, dude. Yeah. Go ahead and get to that topic.
We going to Steve. Talk to us. Counterpunch.
Yeah, hey, I want to talk about something that CYP said, and it refers, I'm going to connect it to what Stonebone said a couple days ago. Some guy got on here and said all the Wilder fans are stupid, from the UK. And this is what I try to talk about. I think when Stonebone said it, it carried more weight than when I say it. But it's like these UK fans are like so disrespectful. You try to debate them, like CYP saying, and they don't look at the facts. They just insult you. So they come at you personally with personal insults. And on the back channel, I've debated Crawford with Brandon, with Stonebone, with CYP, with J-Mac, with everybody. And none of those guys have ever personally attacked me. But I try to debate with these UK dudes, and they don't talk about boxing. They talk about other stupid shit. So I'm with CYP.
I hear you, man. I learned that the hard way, man. Imagine me. I've been here for a minute and not always in agreements with them. But I told you, that's what I said. AJ fans are more vindictive, man. Big Nick, what up?
Yo, it's just a quick one from me, man. Like, listen. Actually, just want to say hello to everybody on the panel. What's up, guys?
What up?
Everybody in the chat. I'm just going to say this. Listen, it don't make a blind bit of difference. You can do all your search optimizations, all your Google searches, Google Trends, or whatever. It doesn't change the fact that this is the biggest fight that's out there. Yeah, it doesn't matter what Wilder does. He doesn't have a belt. He's irrelevant. And to CYP, he's one of those people who always tries to come back on a technicality. The facts is this: AJ Fury is the biggest fight out there. Like, stop crying. Like, there's no need. Just eat your humble pie and stop crying. Do you know what I mean? Like, too many R&B crybabies over in the PBC man fan camp. But that's me out.
All right, Big Nick, man. Thanks for calling in. That's everybody. Catch us for the live fight chat tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get that notification when we do go live. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Guys, give your outro as I check for any final super chats.
Yo, at Martin Munguia on Twitter, at Martin Munguia on Instagram. I will be watching the fight tonight so we can rock out on the live fight chat. Yeah.
Real quick, CYP on the counter punch number 4.
CYP, counter punch.
Big Nick. You're a funny guy, man. You're a funny guy. We all know the difference between you, difference between me. I'm always going to come on here and say whatever I need to say, but I always look it up, research it, and say it first before I say it to y'all. That's the difference. I'm not going to get on here and be all mad. It's not about who's this and who's that. The truth of the matter is that y'all don't want to accept. If you accepted this one truth right here, everything will be good. Wilder offered Fury the contract that Fury signed. AJ offered Ruiz the contract that Ruiz signed. The only people who are in control of them two fights were AJ and now Wilder. You can do all the talking you want to do, but you have to respect it. He lost, but he is still the A side in these negotiations because it was his contract that was signed first, and he sent it over to Fury. Do you want it? Sign on the B side. Hey, if you confuse where to sign, right there where it says B.
Kingborn up. He's not there. Kingborn, press 1 if you still want to rock out. You were on, but now you're not. Going once, twice, 3 times you're out. Doomy, what's your outro?
Chip. Yeah, man, you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ. Same on TikTok. You can catch it on Twitter too, Alex_TBV. Remember to hit that notification bell. We appreciate y'all joining us on the Saturday show. Boxing Bars was earlier today. If y'all don't know about that, y'all need to know about that. Real fun. Gets live. And yeah, man, we got the fights tonight, right, fellas? We all over the place now. They threw us a curveball with this pandemic. So
11 o'clock, they wilding.
Hey, yeah, they is wilding. Now
It's up to y'all. I'll be rocking.
What matchup is that?
Watching.
What matchup is that?
Miguel Berchet. But listen.
Oh, it's Berchet. Okay.
Yeah. Kingborn decided, so let me go to him. Kingborn, let's go.
Hey, yo, what's good, guys? Listen, yo, CYP, I got you. Hey, yo, Big Nick, yo, y'all UK guys gotta stop that, man. Let me tell you something. Wilder's gonna knock your man head off. You heard? Y'all scared. Y'all running. That's why y'all want to pin
All right, all right, all right. Well, Born, we are out. Catch us on the next one. Let me double check everything up. All right. All right. We are. Yeah, I told him that, Izzy. That's Untitled, Izzy. Drop your question for Untitled. Tomorrow, the post will be out at 12:01 a.m. Sunday morning. So if you break night, you could drop it ASAP. But that's a good one for him because I've been saying that. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
Peace.